Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I am the Crypto Crow, and we're going to go over some Cardano news, some Bitcoin news, just a little bit of everything. There's some Solana news. I'm sure you already know by now, but we're going to go ahead and just jump right into it. I did get my eyes examined today. I ordered a new pair of glasses, so I'll be able to actually start reading books again instead of just audiobooks. So yeah, I thought I had macular degeneration, but apparently I'm just getting old. So that's a lot of fun. So anyway, let's take a look at what's going on. I currently am in a trade on my Fair Desk platform. I'm absolutely loving my Fair Desk relationship. They take good care of me. But I made some change or some trades. This is a $540 trade that I concluded this morning. I entered another one. Before that, I lost $147. Before that, I did a plus $237 trade. I lost 45, lost 50, and then I gained 340 on that one, lost 85. So, I mean, it's kind of up and down, but my positive trades are, I'm learning how to, I'm getting deeper into basically, using stop losses because I have not used stop losses much at all, but I have been lately. I'm currently not using one, and I'm down $218 on the current trade. I could just take the loss, wait for a rise up, go long again, but I think it's temporary. Currently, I entered the trade. Let's see here. My open position, I entered the trade at 43,221. Liquidation price is 38,000. It's an 8x trade. It's down 205. That's fine. I do expect it to come back up. I think we might end up pushing to somewhere maybe 43.8 is my hope. Maybe closer to 44,000 by Thursday, and then we might get a reversal into the weekend and it'll start coming down. But in the meantime, I'm just trying to ride this up further. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's what it's looking like. Also, the newest version of Crow Trader should be launching tonight with Fair Desk as an exchange. And when we launch that and I make an announcement, I might do another video tonight making a really big announcement about ways that you will be able to use Crow Trader on Fair Desk and get some bonuses, some nice bonuses that will help you basically add some balance to your book so that you can bot trade. So working that out, finalizing it, working out all the details with the APIs and everything else. So expect that should be cool. Also, for those of you that care, I did add some new shirts and merch to my store. Waiting for them to be added on YouTube, but so far they're not up yet. But these are my Crypto Crow Karate Combat fight merch items. I'm always right sometimes. Crow your coins, Crypto Crow. These are pretty badass hats. I ordered one for myself. I also ordered one of these red shirts because I just like the red. But it's the Karate Combat. They did give me permission to use the logo, and I basically have all this stuff, details, Crow Daddy versus Crow Daddy. Oh my God. Crypto Crow versus Moon Daddy, February 23rd, Mexico City, and then all the different websites. And I've got Market Cipher in there, and I put Market Cipher up there just because he's been such a cool help over the years, and he's been supporting me and my projects. He even offered to sponsor me, and I'm like, dude, you don't have to send me anything. I'll just throw your stuff on my merch. And of course, I can't do anything without the Cardano logo. And I changed this because it says Bitcoin is king, but Cardano is key. And so there you have it. And then you've got the sleeves. I'm always right sometimes. And then, of course, Crow your coin. So I feel like the shirts are a little pricey at $45.50. But I don't really have much control over that. I'm not even sure if I make anything on that, to be honest. I just like to know that people are wearing the stuff and supporting it. I like the hoodie. So, I don't know. If you're interested, there'll be a link in the description below, but we're not going to waste any more time on that. But you can check it out. I've been scouring my website, my news site for Cardano ADA plug. One of these days, I'm going to get back into it. And I'm going to add all of the other projects in the ecosystem that are active. There are a lot that are still not on here yet. So I'm working on adding those, and I will at some point. But I was going through, and I found some interesting stuff, obviously, as it relates to Cardano. But most of it is, I will say that when you go to ADA plug, there are a lot of paid articles on here that are getting aggregated from other websites. And they're BS, man. I mean, they're bogus. And I don't really have any way of filtering out the garbage on here. It's like I pull in I have to, I'd be throwing the baby out with the bathwater, basically. So when you read some of these articles, if you see them and they're like, oh, we think that, this project is going to deliver to Cardano, or Cardano holders expect big things out of this project, it's bullshit. A lot of these it's all garbage. It's paid advertising on some of these sites. So just kind of keep your eyes open for that kind of thing, because there's not much I can do to control it right now. All right, so let's look at some price action on Cardano. What's to be expected? Analyst predicts Cardano's 1,767% surge to basically $8. Basically the price point I've been predicting now for 3 years, for God's sakes, as ADA 574-day consolidation ends soon. So this is February 6th. This came out today. Analyst Ali Martinez is doubling down on his projection of Cardano becoming a $7 asset in the anticipated bull, citing a potential 1,767% gain following its consolidation breakout. Now, basically what this is talking about, I did something recently, actually I think it was yesterday's video, as a matter of fact, where I was basically going over the historical price action. People are like, why does Cardano feel like it's waning or it's losing strength when, this time last market cycle, it was like 7 cents. And this time it's like 50 cents, right? And it's just like, it's crazy the way the narratives can shape up. It's obviously booming. It's doing significantly well and significantly better than it did the last cycle. But, people expect Cardano to move the way the rest of the market does. But you guys have to understand, Cardano is not full of Ponzi-nomics and VCs intentionally trying to pump the price. Cardano moves on its own merit based off of sentiment, charts, and use case. Really, it's one of the first cryptos I feel actually moves the way it's merited in the real world, not just, oh, I think this is going to go here, so I'm going to push it that way. That really, that happens obviously in Cardano as well. It's still a crypto. That's just the nature of crypto right now. But it doesn't have all of these venture capitalist groups pumping, millions of dollars into paid advertisements, knocking everything else out in the world, and trying to bump itself up. And it also doesn't have an abundance of airdrops like some other projects we know that just shut down. So, those airdrops obviously would be great, but a lot of them are garbage anyway. So it's like, what's a free pile of shit? Honestly. Okay, it's free, but it's still shit. It's like it doesn't really matter. And there's always this hope that this airdrop token, this could go to the moon, and I'm getting it for free. I got to make sure I hold the layer 1 so that I can get this airdrop. And it's like, all right, cool. If you want to chase airdrops, fine. But the majority of them are garbage. But at the same time, it does only take one to go really, really far, and then you're sitting pretty. But I don't even bother with those because a lot of the airdrops are scams anyway, in my opinion. But he's basically going over the difference between what happened last cycle, the time that Cardano ultimately consolidated in what nowadays would be called a slow period, and what happened when that period concluded. And so he's saying that we're about out of that consolidation period. And once we get out of it, likely in April, we're probably going to see a significant bullish activity that's going to take us to $8. And I concur, sir, Mr. Ali Martinez. I concur. I guess Ali could be a woman. I don't know, but I haven't seen any photos. But yeah, I agree completely. And that's kind of what I've been saying for quite a while. Other analysts have set their sights on an $11 Cardano. You can see that down here. And that may very well be true too. I honestly have my eyes set on $8. If the price gets to $8, I'm probably going to start averaging out. It just depends on where we're at in the market cycle and what's going on in the world. If it hits $8 and we're like 3 or 4 months from a peak, I might sell a little bit just to get some cash in the bank that makes me comfortable, and then I might ride some of it out and just average out after every month after that. I really don't know. It's such a difficult decision to make. I struggled with it significantly last cycle, which you guys know. It took me a long time. Some of it was because I had no choice because I was sick, and then when I was able to, it was just like, what's going to happen? And I told everybody it was going to be a 2-peak cycle, and then it was, and then it's just like, what do you do? When do you get out, right? And so you end up getting lost a little bit in the sea of confusion. But I didn't even start averaging out until like $2. And so I could have done significantly better, but it is what it is, right? I mean, this time around, I have different plans for how I'm going to approach the peak, and we'll see what happens. During the early hours of Tuesday, Solana encountered a significant outage, adding to the growing list of incidents it has faced in the past 24 months. That honestly seemed to just go unfazed with the Solana holders. I mean, nobody seems to really care. They're like, Solana's the best. It's so fast. The fees are so cheap. They're practically nothing. But then it shuts down and like everybody's like, oh well, moving on. Back to Solana pumping. It's nonsensical. And a lot of this narrative related to Solana to me, it really is just pushed by the narratives established by paid advertising. I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny because so many people are going to get burned on Solana someday. I'm telling you, I really believe it. I feel it in my soul. But before that, there are going to be a lot of people that make a lot of money. So I think it's going to be a matter of like, when you get in, when you get out, what's going on in the world, like everything else. I'm not even saying Solana is terrible. It's more of a centralized, it's not as decentralized as people think. It's obviously prone to outages, faultiness. I've been seeing reports that even the Solana phones shut down because they weren't operating while the outage was occurring. I mean, it's just like, this is not an ecosystem that I want to invest any real time or money into. It just seems like it kind of has a mind of its own, and there's no real consistency to anything other than it's like taxes. Nothing certain in life but death and taxes. Well, there's nothing certain in Solana but ups, downs, and shutdowns. I mean, let's be real about it. But if that's what you're into, cool. I would never trust any real, and this is the thing too. I would never trust, and I can't imagine any real institutional use cases or companies trusting Solana with like international anything of importance. I mean, sure, it's fun for airdrops and like speculative tokens that generally don't amount to much, but like what exactly is Solana supposed to be used for that these kinds of outages are just okay? I don't know. I sure don't feel comfortable. And I would never use it for anything important, but that's just me. It's my opinion. You don't have to agree, but that's okay. MetaMask and Robinhood joined forces to enable in-crypto wallet purchases. So this is cool on one side, in my opinion, but it's not on the other, because what do we have here? We have MetaMask and Robinhood. We know now that, there are elements to MetaMask where they can shut down access to wallets on a geographical scale. If I remember, if my memory serves me correct, we were seeing them playing a role in having the ability to shut down access to wallets based off of where you are. And that's scary. And then what do we know about Robinhood? Well, I mean, if you're familiar with the whole GameStop saga and the role that Robinhood played in how those people got really, really screwed for a minute, I would never use Robinhood again. So it's like I do use MetaMask to some extent, but for not for anything important. I just don't. I don't trust it in the sense that, I don't know what, I mean, in the world today where, politically everything is divided and there's so much angst on either direction. And it's like, what if I said something someday that maybe that's how I felt that afternoon. Maybe I don't feel that way the next day or the next month. And my opinions can change with the time and what I see and what's going on. But what if I said something? The lack of freedom of speech that we have today, especially when it comes to big tech platforms and social media, trying to kind of rein in everybody's thoughts. It's like, well, what if they decide, oh, you know what, this guy, he said this. We don't like what he said. We don't really think he should have access to his wallet. Let's teach this dude a lesson and tell him, like, listen, shut your mouth, right? I don't know. And then they decide they want to shut down my wallet, and that was the only wallet I was using for everything I do. And then all of a sudden I'm broke and bankrupt and all my life is ruined because I farted on the air and said something that somebody didn't appreciate. You know what I'm saying? But that's where we're going. I mean, and we're seeing that over and over and over again, and it's accepted by one part of the country or the world, really, and then it's completely against everything. I don't know, man. The world's scaring me more and more and more and more every day right now. It really, truly is. But I'm not really with this. It's like good for them. And if you're into this, if you like Robinhood and you're into buying your crypto using the MetaMask wallet in their partnership, that's fine. Cool, man. More power to you. I would just say maybe use this setup like a bathroom, like I tell everybody. You know, when it comes to these kinds of applications with companies that are obviously under the thumb of anybody, they're under the thumb of a lot of people that don't necessarily care for crypto. Let's just say that. And anything financial today is, right? So I don't know. It's just scary to me. Just use with caution. Like I tell everybody, use an exchange like a public restroom. You go in, you do your business, and you get the hell out before you catch something. And that's kind of how I would look at this. Use it if you need to. Maybe don't use it for anything significantly important. But again, this is just my opinion. I call it as I see it, and it is what it is. I'm always right sometimes. But according to Consensus, the company behind MetaMask, the partnership results from a global survey conducted by Consensus in 2023, which involved over 15,000 participants from 15 countries. The survey findings revealed that despite the widespread recognition of crypto, the technical barriers of Web3 have deterred over 5,000 of those survey participants from engaging with the digital currency space. And listen, I agree. I agree totally. I get that. It's an issue for a lot of people, especially newcomers. It can be daunting. There's a lot to learn. But myself and many, many others have put together like quick guides and tutorials and all kinds of things that can teach people to do just about anything they want to do in the space. Just got to spend an afternoon and watch it and go through it, read it. You'll learn. It's not that big of a deal. It's really not as challenging even today as it once was. MetaMask and Robinhood are no strangers to crypto members. As a leading non-custodial Web3 wallet, MetaMask has become synonymous with secure and versatile cryptocurrency transactions. It has partnered with several payment giants such as Stripe and PayPal. Meanwhile, Robinhood is a prominent financial trading platform known for democratizing finance. The company recently launched spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund trading for U.S. customers. So listen, if you like it, cool. If you're into it, go for it. Have fun. Just be cautious. That's all I'm telling you. That's all I'm ever really trying to tell everybody. Just be cautious, man. Crypto is still such a cesspool of crap sometimes. And, there are always elements that they'll either want to shut you down. They want to take your crypto. There's always somebody trying to do something to someone. You just be careful. The Cardano founder, Charles Hoskinson, recently reacted to the latest network outage encountered by the Solana blockchain as engineers look to get the chain back up. It is back up now. I think it took like 5 hours, but the whole thing was shut down for 5 freaking hours, man. Like, can you, like, really? How is that even how is that okay with anybody? And how are there not? It's like every bag holder in crypto, every Solana bag holder out there is just watching this stuff unfold, just keeping their mouth shut, like, covering their ears. I don't hear it. I don't hear it. And it's just funny to me because they're not out there telling everybody like what their favorite bag is garbage. Like they're not gonna say that. They're gonna wait for it to blow over like they do every time this happens. Hoskinson's reaction involved a taunting GIF on X featuring a gamer attempting to fix issues with a Super Nintendo. I don't even think it was a Super Nintendo because I saw it. He's blowing in the cartridge like the original Nintendo. You remember that when you have to take the cartridge out, you blow into it up and down, you stick it in the machine, wiggle it a little bit, close it, and hit restart. That was the day, man. Like what's funny is I know a lot of you guys probably have no idea what the hell I'm even talking about. You probably never even seen an original Nintendo Entertainment System outside of like maybe one of those used game stores. But this is what he was posting. And he's like, this always works. Oh, it is Super Nintendo that he did that. Okay. Well, I didn't even know that was a thing with the Super NES. I never owned one of these myself because I just didn't have any money. I was just too poor. Anytime I played the original Nintendo, it was at like somebody's house that my mom was babysitting. And I would go and play Mike Tyson's Punch-Out or Mario Brothers, and that was it. So engineers from across the ecosystem are investigating an outage on mainnet beta. this thread will be updated as more information becomes available. So of course, Charles is going to take his jab, and rightfully so, man, because Solana makes it a real point to go after Cardano all the time, and there's never really anything to go after Cardano about other than like false narratives and bogus garbage. But what do we know happens? Typically the ones pointing the finger the hardest are the ones with the most to hide. And it's just like, we're seeing that all over the place. And it's like, I don't know. It is what it is, but it's also Tuesday. I went and trained today. I was so weak. I've been sick for a month. I'm honest to God, I'm going to have absolutely no cardio for this fight. I'm going to have to I'm still sick. Like, it's like I can't get rid of it. I don't know what I have, like some kind of cold, and and I just this whole thing. I've had COVID, I've had pink eye, I've had whatever this cold is now, and I've just had all these different stages of sickness for the past month, and then we're gonna go and fly out to like 200 feet above sea level to fight, where the air is like so thin, people are going to be passing out now. I mean, it's just like, this whole thing is going to be something to watch. I can tell you that. No matter what happens, it is going to be something to watch. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I know. I mean, like I said, I've ended a fight in 35 seconds against somebody who was like 7-2 or 7-4 at the time, and it's like I can win this fight. I'm not that concerned, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Moon Daddy at all. To be honest, I really like him, but I feel like this is one of those things that we're going through all of this trouble, and I just have to figure out how to finish him quickly so that we can just go about our business, and because it's just like, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know that I'm not going to be able to dance around and like play pussyfoot for 3 rounds or 2 rounds or whatever they make it. I'm going to have to finish this quick, and then we'll hug it out and we'll move on and buy him a drink or whatever. And then we'll get wasted off of one shot because the air is so thin that But and I got my other shirts. We don't play karate combat. But anyway, it's Tuesday, folks. Hopefully this finds you well, and you get a kick out of what's going on. I've got so much stuff popping, man, and I'm like super pumped. I'm waiting for my version of Crow Trader, my 1.5.2, with all my back testing, my AI strategies, everything. I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to go on Fair Desk, because that's really what I want to be doing my trading. So I'll keep you guys posted. Till next time, guys, crow your coins. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon.